There you go, there you go.
Come on.
Really? You see it? All right. Call that in, Rick. Let's together.
Welcome to the final Jim Wacker Show, 1986. Frankly, I am glad it is finally over because it's been a long, tedious, tough season for the coaches, for the players, for the fans, for everybody associated at TCU. Maybe it was a fitting ending because I'll tell you what, in that last game, Texas A&M played a great, great ball game. Kevin Morey and company, they've got an awful lot to be proud of. They went out and they played the game the way you're supposed to play it. And the Horned Frogs, it was a disaster. We played terrible in every sense of the word, and that was really disappointing. It really hurt. But you know what I'd like to do at this point is congratulate all of those teams that just had great years. I'd like to congratulate the conference champions, the teams that are going to bowl games across the country. You know, there are 4 teams, at least in the Southwest Conference, that had great years that are going to bowls right now. The teams that had major upsets, boy, that's exciting. Like the Rice Owls this last week. Boy, a great upset victory against Air Force. Hey, that's what college football is all about. You know, there's another thing that happens at the end of a season. It's a time of kind of mixed emotions for all of the coaches and the players across the country. Because there's always a group of graduating seniors, departing seniors that you're going to miss. We had 11 of them here at TCU. Great young men that I'll remember as long as I live. And for those guys, I really hurt because I really wanted something really special, a lot better than they were able to go out with. But hey, they still are awfully, awfully special young men, some of the finest that I've ever coached. And when we turn this program around, and we will, and next year is going to be a challenge that few teams face, any bigger a challenge, going from the valley to the mountaintop than the Horned Frogs in 1986. We're going to remember those seniors, and they have helped us lay a foundation. We are going to heal up. We are going to be excited about the future of football. And those seniors have helped to make it all possible. It's commitment time right now at TCU. Integrity. It's a word we hear often today. It's defined as an adherence to moral principles, to honesty. And in society today, it's the cornerstone that we have to build on. The same is true in the banking industry. Central Bank and Trust shares these ideals, and they've been serving this area with honesty and with integrity.
Thank you.
Number 1, free safety, Billy Jones from Baytown, Texas.
I came here 3 years ago, I was my choice. We had 1 win season, and I was a red shirt. These last 2 years have been hard. But I wouldn't go anywhere else. I wouldn't play for anybody else. This team's got the potential to be a great team. And I hope every one of you remember the emptiness inside today. Because I'm telling you, this is it for me, and it don't get no better. I wouldn't wish y'all just come together and not think you can win. Know you can win. And tell yourself you can win. I love every one of you. I'll be up there yelling and screaming and hollering every game I possibly can.
This season can't do anything except build character for everybody. And make everybody look out for each other, work hard in the off season. And you'll all see the benefits from this. You know, I'm a lot older than a lot of the guys. I tell you, you can learn a whole lot from that man standing right there. Listen to what he says and live by the things that he says.
Everyone knows Keith and I have been here longer than anybody. And I've learned a lot of lessons, you know. From the time I was here, I had attitude problem and everything else. But it's one thing I've learned. For the first time in my life, about a month ago, I really felt like quitting. You know, things weren't going right or whatever else. But, you know, like Coach Wacker said a couple of weeks ago, he was talking about an ex-player here, the things that are going on in his life. You know, you look around and it's easy to think that, you know, you got it worse or whatever else. But you really got it bad when you quit. It's one thing I found out. You know, I could have just let it go, whatever else, but, you know, regardless if we lose 70, 40, 10, 100, a million, whatever, you know. The whole idea is that we didn't quit, played till the clock went out. And I just wanted to make sure, as far as I was concerned, in there, that we didn't get a damn goose egg. So I don't care. That means that we didn't quit, regardless. So if I can leave anything with you guys, you know, with all the mountaintops and the valleys, whatever else, man, we're all going to go through them. And there's plenty more to come. But like Coach said, you're never going to reach the top if you quit. You know, so no matter what happens, regardless of any situation, just don't quit, man, whatever you do.
Been through so much here in 4 years. I hope that, excluding football, that every player here has the opportunity to learn and get some of the good experiences that I had while I was here. I think one of the most important things that you learn, maybe it was more evident because we didn't always come out on top on the scoreboard, is that you don't have to be a winner in the win-loss column to walk tall and have pride in yourself. In my book, every one of you in here is a winner. I love every one of you. Love the coaching staff. That's about it.
Seniors, we want you to know we love you, we respect you, we wish you the very best. You get on those studies, you get that degree. Every one of you. It's final time when you come back, you study, you get those grades, you hold your head tall. Every one of us is going to stay together. Every guy that's coming back, we're going to make something special happen out of our lives and out of this football team. They know the kind of man you are. We love you for it.
Go line, go line. Five.
Scott Ankrum was a highly recruited football player. He chose TCU because Coach Jim Wacker's teaching extends far beyond the football field. For more than a century, as TCU progressed from a frontier college to a major university, its most treasured assets have been its students and faculty. Discovery, values, tradition. Texas Christian University.
We're really excited about the future of the Horned Frog athletic program. Not just football, the athletic program. Boy, you take a look at that basketball team and the great things they're doing. Just came off a big win against LSU. Hey, they're picked to win the conference this year. And I'll tell you what, before long, the football team and a lot of the other athletic programs are also going to be in that kind of limelight. We are going to get there. We are going to make it happen because the administration has taken a stand. They have supported us every way we could ever ask. You know one of the really exciting things of the future? We've got a new dorm going up. It's going to be Moncrief Hall. It's going to house all of the athletes, the men, the women alike, plus some regular students. Boy, is it going to be a great facility. And is that ever going to help our total athletic program?
Well, we're in a schematic design stage right now, and of course, probably bids will go out sometime this spring, and then completion stage and move-in, which is an important date for us, will be the fall of 1988. Well, they're all going to be suite status throughout in both houses, the men's and the women's. And it's going to be a very functional dormitory. We're very concerned about study carrels, an informal study area. Our academic services will be housed up there, which is very important to us. So it's going to be a living learning center. Well, I think the suite design itself is going to be unique. The arrangement and the architecture of it's going to be outstanding. But I think the most, I'll go back to the functional aspect we're talking about, that a youngster will have areas there for any kind of studying, anything to do with his academic life. All those tools are going to be available to him in this building, and that's, to me, is very important. It's going to be a place where I'll be very proud of, so that the recruit, our parents, or any guest on campus will be very impressed with this building, so it's going to mean a lot to us in our recruiting. I think it's going to be an outstanding place to live. It's going to be very close to all our athletic facilities, and we're well blessed with all our athletic facilities being really one capsule rather than spread out all over the campus. So this fits right in that mode too. So overall, I think that I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be an outstanding building for all our men and women's athletic teams. We have, of course, two vice chancellors incorporated on this committee, and that's Ed Diven, and then we have Dr. Peggy Barr, who's vice chancellor for our student affairs, and Don Mills and Housing's on the committee, and Bob Hallbo from HAVC, Sid Pageant, school architect, and besides the Komatsu people. So it's really a diversified committee, and Ed Diven chairs this committee, and he's done, I've really been impressed. He's done an excellent job as we've moved along in our work, and so I think you really get very diversified opinions from the different areas we're all coming from, and so I think in the final capsule, that's going to make it really be an outstanding building.
Am I ever sick of talking about the hills and the valleys, the mountaintops and the valleys? You know, but I'll tell you what, after that A&M game, we are in a valley. We're in a deep, dark hole. There is no doubt about that, because it was a disastrous loss. It was one that really hurt the players and the coaches in particular. But I'll tell you, when you're down in that valley, it gives you an opportunity to find out once again what you're made out of. And we now have a chance. We've got enough talent coming back on this football team. When we take those three senior red shirts, I'll tell you what, Trammell and Spradlin and Terrell, we put them back in the lineup, and all those guys heal up. The Ankrams and the Stones and the Tony Jeffries and the Tommy Palmers. And we get this whole football team together with another year's maturity. I could not be any more excited about the future than I am this particular football team. Right now, the 1987 version, and it starts now. It's going to start in that off-season program, in the weight room, getting bigger, stronger, in the mat room program, getting tougher mentally and physically. And we're going to put them through the paces. I'll promise you that, because they want to go through the paces. These young men are as dedicated, as committed to excellence as any I've ever coached. And I'll tell you, we're going to do whatever it takes to have the biggest, most significant turnaround ever in the history of college football. We are going to go what was one of the worst football teams at the end of the '86 season, and we are going to build that into one of the best football teams in the United States of America, in the Southwest Conference. I really believe 1987 can be a bowl contender. We can be one of the best 2 or 3 teams in the Southwest Conference. And if we're not, it's my fault. It is that simple. I'm excited about these young men. And we are going to find a way to make it happen, whatever it takes. They will. Because they are special, special young men. And this is a great university. And our football team is going to reflect that greatness. You can count on it.